All right, I've got a question for you. If you were sentenced to prison, what would you be willing to do to gain your freedom? Well, a dark new thriller series asks that very question, and believe it or not, it's based on a true story. Our Sheila Watko spoke to the stars of Blackbird, premiering today on Apple TV+.
You want me to check into hell, cozy up to a demon, and ask him all casual, "Hey, so where'd you bury 13 bodies?"
Blackbird tells the true story of Jimmy Keene, the charming son of a police officer sentenced to 10 years in prison. He's offered a risky but intriguing choice: serve his full sentence or transfer to a maximum security prison and befriend suspected serial killer Larry Hall to try to get a confession out of him.
I think the story's fascinating, and it sort of defies belief that it really happened.
Essentially, it's a story as old as time. There's a young, callow man who is being asked to go out beyond the village to confront a monster. He goes out, he goes through a dark, forest, into a dark cave, in this case a prison. He confronts that monster. He returns to the village a changed person.
Taron Egerton plays Jimmy Keene.
It can be frightening to deal with characters that aren't always that likable. And with Jimmy, his whole arc is that he starts off as somebody who is not easy to love, but through this incredible experience that he goes on, this very incredible journey he goes on, he becomes somebody much more selfless and humble.
Paul Walter Hauser plays Larry Hall, a man suspected of killing 40 girls and women.
In my dreams, I kill women,
Sure.
They're just dreams.
There isn't much background information about the real-life Larry Hall, so Paul mostly had to go off of Dennis Lehane's writing. Larry was a gruesome killer, but Paul searched for some humanity in the character.
I would guess that he wants companionship, he wants to be understood, he wants to feel powerful, and he wants to find his place in the world. I can relate to all that, and so can maybe you and a lot of other people, I would imagine.
Dad, tell me there's a way out of this.
Not a quick one.
The late Ray Liotta plays Taron's on-screen father, Big Jim Keene, a role Dennis wrote specifically with Ray in mind.
I just feel like Ray Liotta was always underutilized, that people couldn't see the breadth of talent, that he could play anything. And I wrote this part as sort of an anti-Liotta part. He's not some tough, jaded cop. He's not some psychopathic criminal. He's just a dad who screws up nonstop but loves his son.
You're a good kid who strayed off the path.
And I've never worked with an actor who has so inhabited a character with their entire being as Ray did for this. And I think his performance is nothing short of beautiful. And working with him was a highlight of my career, and I thought the world of him.
The first 2 episodes of Blackbird debut today on Apple TV+, followed by 1 new episode every week through August 5th. For Philly Live, I'm Sheila Watko.